Lamar Jackson continues to look like an MVP frontrunner in a blowout win against the Bengals. Lamar had his second game with a perfect passer rating this season. He's only the second player, along with Ben Roethlisberger, to have 2 such games in 1 year. Lamar also had 4 total TDs, including a dazzling 47-yard run that left teammate Mark Ingram saying it was, quote, the craziest thing I've witnessed on the field. Fox Sports NFL analyst Greg Jennings with us now. Good to have you back. Appreciate it. Greg, is Lamar an MVP? The MVP?
If I got to vote,
yeah,
I'm going with Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Right now. I'm going with Lamar Jackson. I understand what Russell Wilson has been able to do, but when I look at Lamar Jackson and I look at the growth, the vast growth that we've seen over this span of 10 games or 9 games, whatever, they're 7-2. It has been unbelievable, and it's been electrifying, it's been exciting, it's been whatever word you want to insert to glue you to your television to watch the Baltimore Ravens, to watch what is this kid going to do this Sunday. And every single time I watch him, he's having fun. The guys around him are having fun. He's top 11 in rushing, not for quarterbacks, like all of football. Top 11 in rushing. He's tied for 7th in TDs. Like, he's thrown for over 2,000 passing yards. What I mentioned in the preseason that he needed to work on, and I think everyone saw it, he needed to be more accurate and more efficient in the passing game. And he has done exactly that. It's been his style. It's been amazing to watch. Everybody has mentioned Greg Roman and what he's been able to do. But I put all the load and all the weight on Lamar Jackson because he has put in the time. He has done it week after week, went to New England or took down New England, a game that we were going to definitely say, okay, let's see what he looks like against what we all saw, the #1 defense in the league.
What is it, 0-2? Coach Belichick was like, first and second year quarterbacks like 0-20 against Coach Belichick.
No problem. No problem. But what I love about what Baltimore is doing with Lamar Jackson, and they've talked about it all offseason, they're allowing him to play his style of football. They're not they're not forcing him to be Aaron Rodgers or Phillip Rivers or Patrick Mahomes, all these, Russell Wilson. They want him to be who he is, and he is thriving. I see him with the sunglasses on Sunday.
He was bright out there. He was bright out there. Real bright.
Look,
future
Shannon,
bright.
I'm like, man,
future bright, Skip.
He makes me want to suit up, and I've never wanted to suit back up.
I loved it.
Like, he is so exciting to watch. When you look at even Michael Vick, a guy who I watched, I played against, and thought he was and still is arguably the best runner of the football at quarterback. When I watched what Lamar Jackson did last night or yesterday, Vic, that Russian record is going down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he definitely getting
on pace right now.
He is a special player, and it's exciting. It's exciting because he's doing it in an unconventional way at the quarterback position.
Well, Nike needs to come out with a Lamar Jackson experience, Skip, like they had the Michael Vick experience.
Yes, they do.
They need to come out with a Lamar Jackson ride because the spin move is all the rave right now. I'm still, look, Lamar Jackson has been unbelievable. He's been better than advertised, and I think he's better. I know he's better than the Ravens thought he would be, especially at this point. They were just hoping that his arm could catch up. Say, if his arm can be half as dynamic as his leg, we got a special player. Well, his arm is probably 3/4 to what his legs is. And I agree with you, Greg. They have not tried to change this kid. They have not tried to say, we need you to be Peyton Manning or Tom Brady and be throw from the pocket. No, be you, but be smart while you're being you.
Yes.
Get down, get out of harm's way. But Skip, he ain't taking no shots because they can't catch him. Only thing he's running into the goal post when he gets into the end zone. But he's been unbelievable. But I say all of that, and he's been fantastic. But I'm still will give the slight nod to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has 3 more touchdowns than anyone. His team is 7-2. He's 22 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's very Aaron Rodgers-esque. That's very Aaron Rodgers-esque. He was second. Well, Dak. Skip says Dak. I'm going to have to take his word for it. I don't know. I didn't research this.
He is.
Dak is leap back over.
He is.
Leap back over, but he called it L. Look, hey, man. QBR, completion percentage, yards per attempt, touchdowns, total TDs, that's Russell. And when Russell has needed to be great, 1-score games, he's 6-1, 20 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Now, Russell gets an opportunity to skip. He's on, you know, it's kind of like whatever you want to say, American Idol, whatever one of these shows. Okay, who's up last? So now the last person we gonna see for the week 9 is gonna be Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You got it.
You saw what Lamar did. Can you top that?
That's so true.
Can you top? Because Skip, this thing is fluid.
Yes.
Is this thing going back and forth?
Yes.
Now, hey, now my homeboy might get hot and throw about 4 or 5 of them 400-yard games, and then they win 4 in a row, and then here he go pole vaulting, Sergey Bubka, pole vaulting to the lead again.
But
right
he
now,
came knocking on your restaurant door last night again, and you said, no, you can't come in.
No, Andy, that was Andy. Andy came and taught that L. Andy taught that L for Russ, for my homeboy. But it's close. It's really, really, really close. Skip, this ain't no secretariat where somebody's pulling away from it. This thing is neck and neck, and it's gonna be like that all the way through, Skip. I don't believe anybody, because everybody's gonna have one of these games. You say, well, that's the MVP. Well, no, that's the MVP. But Russ gets an opportunity against San Francisco. Russ goes to San Francisco, undefeated team, puts up 4 TDs.
You got me.
Yeah.
So, allow me to say before I launch on this that I wish my defense last night had looked nearly as sharp as Greg Jennings looks right now. Because that is sharp.
Appreciate it.
I agree with
It's my
Skip.
winter white right
I
here.
agree. Looks nice.
Winter white, I like that. See, you're shattering the mold just like Lamar is shattering the mold.
Guess who ain't shattering the mold? Your guy catching the mails, just like a lot of other quarterbacks.
He is really good.
No, he's not.
But this guy is special good.
He's really.
He is my MVP, and maybe I'm caught up in the backstory of it because it's just so shocking to my senses to watch what he's doing. Because even if we do his QBR last year, Lamar, he had a really nice start, but he was 28th in QBR.
Yeah,
now he's 4th. He just gets better by the throw and by the run.
He does.
And I told him to start early in the show. He's the best breakaway back in the whole league.
Oh, hands down.
Just like nobody. Dalvin Cook can't do what this kid can do once he plants and cuts upfield. It's just over.
He's gone.
And when he was going full speed, and I realize it's just the Bengals, but it's a division rival, and trust me, they didn't want to get embarrassed. And he spin moves on 2 of them and just left them in the dust. Left them just grasping and flailing. I'd never seen anything quite like that from a quarterback running full speed.
I'm with you, Skip. You mentioned it, the acceleration after the spin.
Gone. And the passing accuracy just gets better by the throw. And he's got this, he can just flick bullets. And it's just, and I promise you, you guys have played with quarterbacks occasionally where you just said, I just can't rise above that guy. You got stuck for a while with your backup quarterback. I'm sure you've been at some point, maybe in college, where you said, I can't rise above him. I don't think any of these receivers are now saying, I can't rise above Lamar, like he's handicapping my ability to catch ball. No, he's not.
No.
He can throw it deep, he can throw it short, and he can throw it deadly accurately. And once I sat back and watched him out Belichick, because he was 1 move ahead, I'm saying, this kid's a savant. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. He is in such command of his offense. And I hate this expression, but everybody knows what it means, so I'm going to throw it out there. There are more than one ways to skin the cat. I don't even know what that means. You know, it's pretty like, it's pretty gross.
You're trying to skin a cat?
Yeah, we're not trying to skin a cat, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. They have found a revolutionary way to skin this cat. And he is operating at a high mental level as well as physical level where he's in complete command. I don't see bad decisions. I don't see loss of poise. I don't see desperate. These are all the things you see in second-year quarterbacks. You just do. It's a hard game, man.
Right, absolutely.
And they're after you. They're all over you.
Well, normally, Skip, what you see in second-year quarterbacks is they brought a guy in and they wanted to conform to the system.
Yeah.
What they've done, they brought this guy in and they built the system around him.
Yeah.
So now he feels comfortable. Skip, I can assure you, they've talked to Bobby Petrino. They've gone down there and studied and asked him, okay, what did you do in this situation?
You and I kept looking at the numbers from Louisville, and we kept saying, look at this.
Somebody
Look at these yards.
Yes.
Look at these touchdowns.
Yes.
He won the Heisman Trophy.
This is how you thrive.
And the coach in the NFL, and he's a passing coach, right?
Yes.
And it worked.
Yep.
Okay, so he's taken it up a level, and I got to throw in Kyler Murray here. I'm not saying he's the MVP, but he's also doing extraordinary things for a first-year quarterback.
He's definitely playing better than I thought he would at this point.
Yeah, so now we have 2 young, I'm going to throw in the race here, but we have 2 young black quarterbacks who are operating at high mental levels in the evolution of a position in which I'm going to tell my story one more time. Back in '77, I think it was, the LA Times sent me to spend a week with Doug Williams at Grambling because it looked like he might be the first pick in the draft. And I called several GMs, and one of them told me, don't quote me on this, but he doesn't have the mental capacity to play in our league.
Right.
Well, that became the first black quarterback Doug did to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And now we've come to this where these kids are dominating the game mentally as well as physically.
Right.
Because Kyler is an extraordinary chess player. Back from when he was 14 years old, he is a dominating chess player who could have done it for a living if he had had time and wanted to pursue that. So you got two kids operating at a cerebral level as well as physical level. And it's breathtaking to me to watch it.
It is. And I'll just reiterate. The kid is just flat out special.
Oh, he is.
That is
He's
like,
dynamic.
I mean,
Dynamic.
the electric plays that he makes, the skill that he's doing it against the competition, you know how hard this is.
Yeah.
Specifically at that position, and he's doing it at the rate that he's making it look so easy.
Yeah.
So easy.
And I remind you, there were a couple of scouts anonymously quoted about Lamar, and one commentator, Bill Polian, who just said he's got to play receiver. Oh, really?
Boy,
Hey,
wrong and wrong.
They still forgetting Marcus Peters out there. You can't throw the ball from one hash to the out, to that deep out. He go get you.
He didn't woke back up, didn't he?
He go get you.
But for you
He
to
feeds the
say-
family.
you make me want to play again. I don't know. That's
No, he don't make me want to play no. I can watch it. I'm watching from my couch.
I think that says something.
It really does,
Yeah.
man. And you made a great point. His receivers are excited.
Yeah.
A running quarterback?
Nobody
feel it.
wants to play with a running quarterback.
No.
Yeah.
Because you run your route, you're like, and the next thing you know, you look at, hey, he come running. I'm like, dude, I just ran this perfect route. Here you go, you scrambling. This kid is dropping dimes. Hollywood Browns, David Andrews,
love
Snead.
Hollywood.
He's playing unbelievable.
Yes,
He's playing
he is.
unbelievable.
Okay, we are going to have Greg stick around, though, because I need to know what you thought about that Vikings win over the Cowboys.
Or
Today
that
has
Cowboy
been
loss.
a great day for me. Skip,
old
I don't
chant.
know, not so much, but I want to hear what Greg has to say next.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Commander Maldonado with the United States Coast Guard, deployed at Camp Lemonade, Djibouti, Africa. I'd like to give a shout out to my wife, my kids, my family. I love you and I miss you very much. Look forward to coming home. And I'd like to say Happy Veterans Day to all my friends that have served with me and will serve with me in the future.